Argon is a commonly used gas to fill incandescent light bulbs because argon is inert gas. These are also known as noble gases. It is 18th group in periodic table. Inert gases are used in incandescent light bulbs because it doesn't react with bulb's tungsten filament. Formaldehyde is used in which of the following? It is used in perfumes. It is a toxic substance that can cause irritation to mucous membranes, allergic reactions, and various cancers. The length, breadth, and height of a room are in the ratio 4:3:2. If the length and height are halved while the breadth is doubled, then the new area of 4 walls of room will be. Given the dimensions of length, breadth, and height are 4x, 3x, and 2x. We know that area of 4 walls of a room is equal to 2 into h into L plus b. That is equal to 2 into 2x into 4x plus 3x, which is equal to 28x square. Here the length is halved while the breadth is doubled. So new dimensions will be, new length is equal to 4 half is 2x and breadth is doubled, which means 6x, and height is halved, means x. So new area will be 2 into x into 2x plus 6x, which is equal to 16x square. We have to find the new area of 4 walls of the room when the change occurs. Percentage decrease is equal to 28x square minus 16x square divided by 28x square into 100, which is equal to 12 by 28 into 100, that is 42.86% decrease. So option 2 is correct. On dividing 12,401 by a certain number, we get 76 as quotient and 13 as remainder. What is the divisor? We know that dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Given dividend is 12,401 and divisor we have to find, and quotient is 76 and remainder is 13 according to the question. Let's simplify this. It becomes 12,388 divided by 76, that is equal to divisor, which means The answer is 163. Option number 3. Three circles of radius 3.5 centimeters are placed in such a way that each circle touches the other two. The area of portion enclosed by the circles is. Here, the three circles form an equilateral triangle with their centers as vertices. So the radius is equal to side of the triangle. Which means side is equal to 2 into r, that is equal to 2 into 3.5, which is equal to 7 centimeters. We know that area of equilateral triangle is equal to root 3 by 4 into s square, that is equal to root 3 by 4 into 7 into 7. We know that root 3 value is 1.732, and after simplifying we get 21.217 centimeters square. Now, each circular segment subtends 60 degrees angle at circle center. So, area of one circular segment is 1 by 6 into pi into r square. That is equal to 1 by 6 into 22 by 7 into 3.5 into 3.5, which is equal to 1 by 6 into 22 by 7 into 12.25, that is equal to 6.4167 centimeters square. So total area of three segments is equal to 3 into 6.4167, which is 19.25 centimeters square. And finally, area enclosed by circles is equal to area of triangle minus area of circular segments, which is equal to 21.217 minus 19.25. After simplifying we get 1.967 centimeters square. The inside measurements of a tank shows it's 25 meters long, 12 meters wide and 6 meters deep. The cost of plastering its walls and bottom from inside at the rate of 75 pies per meter square is given. Length is 25 meters, width is 12 meters and depth is 6 meters. We have to find the cost of plastering area. Total cost of plastering is equal to plastering area into rate per meter square. Let's find plastering area first. Plastering area formula is 2 into LH plus WH plus LW, which means 2 into length into height plus width into height plus length into width, which is equal to 2 into 25 into 6 plus 12 into 6 plus 25 into 6. 25 into 12. That is equal to 2 into 150 plus 72 plus 300. That is equal to 744 meters square. And rate per meter square is given as 75. So total cost is equal to 744 into 75 pies per meter square, which can be written as 744 into 0.75, that is equal to 558 rupees. So option 2 is correct. "85 liters of a mixture contains milk and water in the ratio 27:7. How much more water should be added to get a new mixture containing milk and water in the ratio 3:1? Here, volume of milk is equal to 27 by 27 plus 7 into 85, which is equal to 27 by 34 into 85, that is equal to 67.5 liters. Similarly, volume of water is equal to 7 by 34 into 85, that is equal to 17. Here milk is same but water is changed, so the final ratio should be milk by new water, which is equal to 3:1 according to the question. We know that milk is 67.5 and new water we have to find, which is equal to 3 by 1. That implies new water is equal to 67.5 by 3, that is equal to 22.5 liters. So extra water is equal to new water minus old water, which is 17.5, that is equal to 5 liters. So option 1 is correct. The Institute of Forest Biodiversity IFB is situated in Hyderabad. It is established under the Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education. Select the option that can replace the question mark in the following series. Here the series is 3A2, 8G7, 18M14, 33S23, 53Y34 and then question mark. Here the pattern is like 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 plus 10 is 18, 18 plus 15 is 33 and 33 plus 20 is 53. Similarly, 5, 10, 15, 20 and the next series should be 25. So 53 plus 25 is 78. And similarly here, A plus 6 is G and G plus 6 is M and M plus 6 is S and S plus 6 is Y and Y plus 6 is E. And here 2 plus 5 is 7, 7 plus 7 is 14, 14 plus 9 is 23, 23 plus 11 is 34. Here the pattern is like increasing plus 2. So here 34 plus 13 which is 47. So the answer is 78E47 option 3. Ghiyasuddin Balban introduced famous Persian festival Nowruz. It is celebrated to mark the beginning of Iranian calendar. The tradition began 3000 years ago and is observed by the Parsi community around the world. So it was introduced by Ghiyasuddin Balban. A can complete a task in 12 days and B can complete in 10 days. The LCM is 60. So 60 is the total work and the efficiency becomes 5 for A and 6 for 10. Starting with A, they work on alternate days. So the task will be completed in how many days? So in 2 days, the work done is equal to 5 plus 6 by 60 which is equal to 11 by 60. They have given they work on alternate days starting with A. So work done in 10 days is equal to 11 by 60 into 5 which is equal to 55 by 60. So the remaining work becomes 1 minus 55 by 60 that is equal to 5 by 60 which implies 1 by 12. So A will complete the remaining work in 1 day. So total time is equal to 10 plus 1 which is equal to 11 days. So the answer is option 3. A dairyman purchases at 6.40 pice per litre of milk. He adds water and sells mixture at 8 rupees per litre, thereby making 37.5% profit. The ratio of water to milk received by his customer is. Given cost price is 6.40 and selling price is 8 rupees and profit is 37.5%. We know that cost price is equal to selling price divided by 1 plus profit by 100, which is equal to 8 by 1 plus 37.5 by 100, that is equal to 8 by 1.375. Further, it implies 5.82 per litre. This is the cost price of mixture. Let the amount of milk be 1 litre and amount of water be X. So, total mixture is equal to 1 plus X, where 1 is milk quantity and X is water quantity. So, CP becomes cost of milk divided by 1 plus X. CP we know it is 5.82, that is equal to cost of milk is given as 6.40 by 1 plus X. After simplification we get 5.82X is equal to 0.58, which implies X is 0.1. So, ratio of water to milk is equal to 0.1 divided by 1, that is equal to 1 by 10, which is option 1. Which organization is termed as a child of war? League of Nations. What was the main reason for boycotting Simon Commission? All members of the commission were British. Simon Commission was appointed in 1927 to review the Government of India Act 1919. It did not include any Indian members. This exclusion was perceived as an insult to Indian self-respect and denial of Indian demand for self-governance. As a result, Simon Go-Back Commission is established and Indians boycott that. If tan theta is equal to root 3 plus 1 by 2, then the value of 2 root 3 cot 1 plus 1 is. We know that cot theta is equal to 1 by tan theta. Here, tan theta is given as root 3 plus 1 by 2, which implies cot theta is equal to 2 by root 3 plus 1. So, 2 root 3 cot theta plus 1 is equal to 2 root 3 into 2 by root 3 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 4 root 3 by root 3 plus 1 plus 1. That is equal to 4 root 3 plus root 3 plus 1 by root 3 plus 1. That is equal to 5 root 3 plus 1 by root 3 plus 1, which is option number 4. A man takes 5 hours 45 minutes for walking to a certain place and riding back. He would have gained 2 hours by riding both the ways. The time he will take to walk both ways is. Let walk be W, riding be R. Given walk plus ride is 5 hours 45 minutes. It can be written as 5.75 hours. According to them, he would have gained 2 hours by riding both the ways. So it can be written as 2 hour which is riding both the ways, that is equal to W plus R minus 2. We know that W plus R value is 5.75 minus 2, which is equal to 3.75. That implies R is equal to 1.875 hours. Let's submit this value in the first equation, which is W plus R is equal to 5.75 implies W is equal to 5.75 minus 1.875, which means W is equal to 3.875 hours. So, walking both the ways means 2W, which is equal to 2 into 3.875, that is 7.75 hours. It can be written as 7 hours 45 minutes, which is option number 1. In 2019, Pune-based scientist Ankur Patwardhan bagged the second prize of $25,000 in an 25,000 euros in an international competition named Elsevier Foundation ISC3 Green and Sustainable Chemistry Challenge, which is a German chemistry prize. His project is about the relationship between chemistry and ecosystem. In which of the following plant groups does the seeds develop inside an ovary which then ripens to become a fruit? In angiosperms. These flowering plants produce seeds that are enclosed within a fruit, which is a ripened ovary. In which year was first electric train of India introduced? In 1925. It's operated between Bombay and Kurla Harbour. Which of the following launched the RISAT, Radar Imaging Satellite, PSLV C-48? On December 11, 2019, it was successfully launched. In an examination, 80% of students passed in English, 85% passed in mathematics, 75% passed in both English and mathematics. If 40 students failed in both the subjects, then total number of students is. Students passed in at least one subject is 80% of x plus 85% of x minus 75% of x. This is equal to 0.80x plus 0.85x minus 0.75x, which is equal to 0.90x. And students passed in at least one subject this can be equal to x minus 40 because 40 students failed in both the subjects. So x minus 40 is equal to 0.90x. That implies x minus 0.90x is equal to 40 and 0.10x is equal to 40 and x becomes 40 by 0.10, that is equal to 400, which is option number 3. Here the logic used is Students passed in at least one subject is equal to total students minus students failed in both the subjects. And we have taken student passed in at least one subject as students passed in English plus passed in mathematics minus passed in both the subjects. A man standing at point P is watching the top of a tower S, which makes an angle of elevation of 30 degrees with man's eye. The man walks a distance of 20 meters towards the tower to watch its top, and the angle of elevation becomes 45 degrees. What is the distance between the base of the tower and point P? Let it be tower, and he is standing at point P and watching the top of the tower. It makes angle of elevation of 30 degrees. He walks a distance of 20 meters towards the tower to watch its top, and its angle becomes 45 degrees. So we have to find the distance between the base of the tower and the point P. We know that tan 30 degrees is equal to height by base. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3, that is equal to h by base, which implies b is equal to b by root 3 is equal to h. And tan 45 degrees is equal to h by b minus 20. Tan 45 value is 1, that is equal to h by b minus 20. That implies h is equal to b minus 20. From 1 and 2, b minus 20 is equal to b by root 3. Here root 3 value is taken as 1.732. So 1.732 into b minus 20 is equal to b. After simplification it becomes b is equal to 34.64 divided by 0.732, that is equal to 47.32 meters. So the distance between the base of the tower and the point P is 47.32 meters. Select the number that will come next in the following series: 541, 629, 552, 618 and question mark. Here 541 plus 11 is 552 and 629 minus 11 is 618. Similarly, 552 plus 11 becomes 563. So option 2 is correct. Some photos are color, some photos are black and white, and no color is black and white. This can be drawn as and the conclusions are given as some color or black and white, which is false. Some black and white or color, which is false. No black and white is color, which is true. So only option 3 follows. Money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. Article 110 deals with the money bills in the Constitution. It can be introduced only in Lok Sabha with prior approval from the President. Currently, which state has maximum number of Lok Sabha seats? UP, Uttar Pradesh. The introductory page of a website, typically serving as a table of contents for the site, is known as home page. It is the starting point of the website. Hari's income is 20% more than Madhu's income. Madhu's income is less than Hari's income by. Let Madhu's income is X. So, Hari's income is equal to 20% X plus X. So difference is equal to 20 by 100x plus x minus x, which is equal to 20 by 100x, that is equal to 0.2x. So percentage difference becomes 0.2x divided by 1.2x into 100, that is equal to 0.2 by 1.2 into 100, which is equal to 20 by 1.2. It can also be written as 16.67%, which is option 3. The angle of elevation of ladder leaning against a wall is 60 degrees and the foot of the ladder is 15 meters away from the wall. So the length of the ladder we have to find. Let it be the wall and it is leaning at 60 degrees and foot of the ladder is 15 meters away from the wall. We know that cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Which is equal to 15 by hypotenuse and theta is given as 60 degrees. Cos 60 degrees value is 1 by 2, that is equal to 15 by hypotenuse, which implies hypotenuse is equal to 30. So the length of the ladder is 30 meters, which is option 2. Wind is related to flute and string is related to guitar. Flute is a type of wind instrument. Similarly, guitar is a type of string instrument. Which of the following nutrients is provided to plants from soil? Nitrogen. It is a vital nutrient for plant growth, structure and metabolism. Nitrogen is a nutrient that plants get from soil. Select the option that can replace the question mark in the following series. The series is given as D2Z, F7X, C22V, E67T. The logic is like D plus 2 is F, F minus 3 is C, C plus 2 is E. So, E minus 3 is B. And similarly here, 2 into 3 plus 1 is 7. And 7 into 3 plus 1 is 22. And 22 into 3 plus 1 is 67. And 67 into 3 plus 1 is 202. And here Z minus 2 is X, X minus 2 is V, and V minus 2 is T. Similarly, T minus 2 is R. So the answer is B 202R, which is option number 2. Satish takes a car on rent at 2 p.m. and drives it at a speed of 75 km per hour towards a resort Palm Beach, 800 km away from his house. He calls his neighbor Raman at 3 p.m. to join him at the resort. Raman immediately sets off in another car using the same route as Satish at the speed of 90 km per hour towards the resort. When will Raman catch up Satish? We know that distance is equal to speed into time. Here speed is given as 75 kilometers per hour and time is 1 hour because 2 pm to 3 pm is 1 hour. So distance become 75 kilometers. And relative speed becomes 90 minus 75, which is 15 kilometers per hour. Now, time taken for Raman to catch up is 75 by 15, which is 5 hours. We have to determine the time Raman catches up. He starts at 3 pm and it takes 5 hours to catch up. So time is equal to 3 pm plus 5 hours, which is equal to 8 pm. So the option number 4 is correct. Consider the given statement and decide which of the given assumptions are implicit in the statement. The statement is given as, if you solve this puzzle, I will buy you the moon, Radha said to Mowgli. Assumptions are given as, Mowgli wants to buy the moon. It is wrong. He never mentioned that. Mowgli won't be able to solve the puzzle. It is implicit because she believes the task of solving puzzle is very difficult and therefore she makes an exaggerated promise of buying the moon, which is not possible for anyone. So option 4 is correct. Which two land masses does the Park Strait separate? Park Strait separates India and Sri Lanka. It connects Bay of Bengal in the northeast with the Gulf of Mannar in the southwest. The chain extends between Dhanushkodi on Pamban Island in Tamil Nadu and Mannar Island in Sri Lanka. India's first synthetic drug, methaqualone, was developed by Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. CSIR is an autonomous body that was established in 1942. Its headquarters is in New Delhi. So India's first synthetic drug is methaqualone. It was developed in 1950 by CSIR. On whose death Jawaharlal Nehru said, "The light went away from our lives." On Mahatma Gandhi's death. Microscope is related to telescope. Similarly, magnifying glass is related to binoculars. Here, microscope is used for viewing very small objects, while a telescope is used for viewing very distant objects. Similarly, magnifying glass is used for viewing small objects, while binoculars are used for viewing distant objects. So option 2 is correct. Among the following rivers, which is a good example of superimposed drainage system? Subarnarekha River. Superimposed drainage system means the river that flows over a soft rock layer and then reaches hard basalt rocks but continues to follow the initial slope. India-Bangladesh border is world's fifth largest border. Five Indian states that share their border with Bangladesh. They are Assam, Tripura, Mizoram, Meghalaya and West Bengal. China is the largest country that shares the land borders with India, and Bhutan is the smallest country that shares land borders with India. Who was the president of Indian National Congress in 1907? Rash Bihari Ghosh. As per UNESCO, Ellora caves are group of how many caves? 34 caves. Among them there are Buddhist caves, Hindu caves and Jain caves. Ellora caves are located in Sahyadri range of Maharashtra. Ellora caves are one of the largest rock-cut monastery cave complex in the world. UNESCO's headquarters is in Paris. Fireworks get their color from metal salts. Which of the following metal salts produce green colored firework display? Barium. Barium compounds are used as oxidizers and to create bright green flames in fireworks. Barium atomic number is 56. Similarly, sodium gives yellow flame, calcium and orange flame is due to calcium, and similarly red flame is due to lithium. And blue flame is due to copper. So barium produces green color, sodium produces yellow color, calcium gives orange, and lithium red, and copper blue. It becomes 15 minus 32 plus 4 into 8 divided by 2. Which becomes 15 minus 32 plus 16. That becomes minus 1. So option 1 minus 1 is correct. As of December 2020, who is the governor of Sikkim? Ganga Prasad. Find the least number which when divided by 20, 25, 35 and 40 leaves reminders 15, 20, 30, 35 respectively. Twenty minus 15 is equal to 5. 25 minus 20 is equal to 5. 35 minus 30 is equal to 5. 40 minus 35 is equal to 5. So the common difference is 5. Let's find the LCM of 20, 25, 35 and 40. The LCM will be 1400. So least number is equal to LCM minus common difference, which is equal to 1400 minus 5, that is equal to 1395. So option 3 is correct. Which of the following was Asia's first nuclear reactor? Apsara. It was built in August 1956. It was named by then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. It was highly versatile swimming pool type of reactor. So Apsara was the first Asia's nuclear reactor. What is the traditional classical dance of Assam? Satriya Nritya. As of December 2020, who is the chairman of Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India? Subhash Chandra Khuntia. It was according to 2020 December. Find the HCF of 10.8, 22.8 and 36. This can be written as 108, 288 and 360. Let's find the HCF. The common prime factors are the common prime factors are 2 square into 3 square, which is equal to 4 into 9, that is equal to 36. And this is the HCF of 108, 288 and 360. Let's convert it back into decimals. So it becomes 36 by 10, which is equal to 3.6. So 3.6 is the HCF of 10.8, 28.8 and 36.